teamwork initiative that we were on today.
Yeah. No, not together. Just sort of a coincidence. And if you want to see the rips, you can go to our Instagram.
You can't see my rip.
No, Stefan didn't feel comfortable showing you his because I think his is in the groinal region.
Yeah, mine is in the Rashad Bateman zone.
Yikes. Well, you can check that out at 96.9 The Game, not Stefan's. But I have mine mine's at the knee. Actually, my rip looks like you would actually buy jeans at a certain age that look like this. And mine this has happened now accidentally. I took a trip and fall here in the studio a couple of months back. It created a small little incision. Yeah. And now it has become a full-blown
I wish we had video of this fall because this thing is affecting you for months on end afterwards. And I'm not sure if you're going to be the same any longer.
I don't think so. It was the most epic, jarring fall I think I've ever experienced.
And by the way, if anybody actually goes to our IG story to see us talking about our ripped pants, please comment with some kind of hashtag that's going to tell us you heard us talking about it and so you went to see Kravitz's ripped knee in his jeans.
Do you think there's anybody out there listening right now that's like, I have to stop what I'm doing because Kravitz ripped his pants?
I don't know. But that was the worst come join us on Instagram tease I've ever seen in the media in my life. I ripped my pants and you can see it on IG. I'm going to tell you where it was and how it happened. Just go look at it.
So it actually looks a little stylish.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if I should just roll with this, lean into it, or if I should just buy new pants, which I'm not. I wasn't ready for a jean purchase. They're not cheap. You know, you're going to spend $40 on a nice pair of jeans.
Yeah, it's true. You are.
And I'm just not ready for that at this point in the year.
It's too much commitment. It's just not the right time.
Nah, it feels like
you're focusing on yourself right now.
Yeah. You know, that's one of those things I usually, if I'm going to buy expensive clothes, like if I get new shoes or jeans or a sweater or something like that, that's like more than a $10 t-shirt. I'm getting that around the Christmas time because then I'm getting gift cards. And I'm going to use your money to buy myself clothes. I'm not just going to go out and do it.
All right.
So do you think I should, my question to you is very simply this. Should I get new pants or just roll with the ripped ones that I have?
I think you should get new pants.
Damn it.
The kind of person I know you are, as that rip continues to expand, because it's going to keep expanding. It's not going to stay that way.
You're right.
It's going to irk you quite a bit. See? So now you got to go get some new pants.
Well, you know what I'm not irked about, Stefan? I'm not irked about the fact that we've got preseason action tonight.
That's right, baby.
In the NFL, get excited. It's a big night of TV. We've got eviction night in the Big Brother house, NFL preseason, the Field of Dreams game in Iowa. So I'm going to have a 2-screen remote ninja type of night tonight.
So you're watching Big Brother?
I'm watching all of these things.
All right.
Closely.
I've never watched Big Brother.
It's a very good show. I actually think you would really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It is. Am I really about to get into
a sales sounds like you
Big Brother?
Yeah. I mean, you watch The Bachelor. So.
The Bachelor is trash. I would not recommend that. I just watch it, but I really genuinely think you would like this show because you would watch it and very quickly after getting hooked, you would go, I could win this thing. And then that's what
got you. All right.
It's basically like a blend between your physical abilities, your mental capability, and your social skills. That's how you advance. Imagine if at work they just locked the doors and were like, every week you can vote somebody out.
That would be so great.
I know. Well, that's what this show is. You're like, and you have weird competitions where you gain certain control within the house.
It's funny because I know you and I would vote the same person off first.
Wait, who are we voting out?
Out of this building?
Yeah.
His name starts with an M.
His name starts with an M. Mike Bianchi.
He's got to go.
You've got to watch this show.
All right,
okay?
So but maybe I'll pick up some Big Brother.
Not tonight, though.
Okay? I can't watch tonight.
Just record it and watch it later. I'm invested, so I'll be spending some time watching that. But I think the NFL preseason games tonight are incredibly intriguing. Now, the 4 quarterback situations that we have on display for this evening, you tell me which one you're most intrigued by. Jalen Hurts versus Joe Flacco with the Eagles, Ryan Fitzpatrick versus Taylor Heineke. Something tells me that's not winning. Or Mac Jones versus Cam Newton.
To be honest with you, and I have to be very, very honest with you, it's going to be Jalen Hurts versus Joe Flacco. And it's not because I care about Joe Flacco. It's because I think Cam Jones has got it locked up, and I think Ryan Fitzpatrick has got it locked up.
You just married them again.
Yeah.
Cam Jones.
Cam Jones.
So wait, which one are you talking
about? I've been doing
about?
this all week. I think Cam Newton's got it locked up, and I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's got it locked up.
Yeah, I agree with Fitzpatrick. I don't think Heineke had a nice little showing in the playoffs, so
He
I don't
did.
think that's an actual battle. I think Jalen Hurts is a significant lead, but it's not a guarantee. If
It's
he
not.
completely flops in the preseason and Flacco looks great, and that would be a really dumb decision, but they would make this sort of
And that's
weird
the
call.
part right there. It's not that it's the right decision. It's just a very Philadelphia Eagles decision to watch Jalen Hurts not do so great in the preseason and know that you've got a guy in Joe Flacco who can keep you there somewhat. You know, you're not going to go 0-17, but he'll win you 6 or 7 games. You're going to start him for the season and hope that you can integrate Jalen Hurts a little bit along the way. And I think that's where the real quarterback battle actually sits.
Well, I'm just completely locked into Mac Jones versus Cam Newton. This one's interesting to me because Belichick has 2 quarterbacks here that fit the style of coach that he is in their own unique ways. Cam Newton is the established veteran quarterback who now 2 years in knows the system.
Yes.
There's a lot more comfortability there. And then you have Mac Jones, who is the vanilla, stereotypical drop-back passer. I'm going to run the play that's on the play sheet.
Yeah.
The type of quarterback that Belichick has coached throughout the course of his entire career.
He's great value Tom Brady. That's exactly what he is. You know, he's generic version Tom Brady. Without all of the accolades and everything, but if you had to...
The style of quarterback.
Yeah.
Without comparing the two and anything they've done, that would be irresponsible.
He's off-brand cereal. That's what he is.
Yes, he is. That's exactly right. He is the Target, Walmart, Publix brand cereal.
It's fruit ratings.
So I was actually looking at their stats in practice, so bear with me for a second. Cam Newton on 11-on-11 drills. So there is a split here.
Practice stats. That's what we're looking
Well,
Okay.
Just hear me out. Hear me out. Because this only matters if it then is reflected again in what we watch tonight. So as I called it this morning when I was on with Mike Tuck, who are not voting off of our at-work Big Brother Island here. Tuck's doing a great job in the morning, filling in for Baldy and on open mic. And I said to him, this is grain of
I know you didn't just call somebody Baldy.
Oh, man, that's right.
Yeah, you don't have that anymore.
I can't do that. All right,
go ahead.
I apologize, Mike. So it's grain of salt season. Here we are breaking down training camps, preseasons, summer leagues. This is what early August is. It's grain of salt season. But just because you're only taking things with a grain of salt doesn't mean you're not taking them at all.
Right.
So I'm looking at what did they do in practice? Mac Jones and Cam Newton split first team reps ahead of the preseason game. That's telling you something.
It is.
Cam Newton, Bill Belichick can stand at the podium all day, which he did, and say Cam Newton's the starting quarterback. But I don't see other starting quarterbacks, legitimate starting quarterbacks around the league that are going to be splitting first team reps. So Mac Jones is clearly in the competition, as he should be. And in those 11-on-11 drills leading up to this preseason game, Cam Newton was 4 of 10, and Mac Jones was 8 of 11.
Ooh.
And in just reading the way that some of these throws went and all of that, and actually Mac Jones was 8 of 11. One of those incompletions was a drop on a beautiful pass. So he was much better than Cam Newton was. That doesn't matter. So let me disclaimer this. But if you see that play out tonight, and it's that way again, just remember there's now a base for this. And Mac Jones will end up as the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots.
And see, I really feel like Bill Belichick is going to take a page out of the Dolphins handbook, whether he should or not. And I really feel like he's going to do that thing where he's going to make Cam Newton the starter. Cam Newton's going to start for the first 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever. He starts for the first 6 weeks. He's going to go 2 and 4, right? And then they're going to bring in Mac Jones because now they've justified not using Cam Newton as the starter. I believe that somewhere in his mind, Bill Belichick feels like this veteran guy, this guy who's established, who's been to the top of the NFL. He has been the best quarterback in the NFL. more than once. And so I really feel like there's a place in Bill Belichick's head that says, I owe it to this guy to give him an opportunity, understanding he's got years to go with Mac Jones.
Well, and that's why I find this quarterback battle so interesting, because Belichick could look at this in a couple of different ways. They retooled their roster, but they have such a weird roster.
Oh yeah, they get the same thing they had before they retooled.
Last year, before they spent a lot of money to get better, but I don't know how much better they actually got, because it was a bunch of random weird moves, like adding Nelson Aguilar as their top wide receiver. I don't know that actually makes you much better. But last year, they had one of the worst rosters in the NFL. You could make the argument to Bill that it's time to just rebuild, just completely plan for the future. And if that's the case, playing Cam Newton does nothing for you.
No, it doesn't. Not if you're rebuilding for the future.
But I don't see him operating.
I don't feel like Bill is doing a rebuild for the future kind of thing. I think he wants to still show, he's still got to prove that it wasn't Tom Brady that made all of this work.
No, you're right. And that's why they're not going to operate that way. But if you see them early on and they look as bad as they did at times last year, that's probably the way they should lean. I happen to think the Patriots are going to surprise us this year, but that's just my blind faith in Bill Belichick.
Oh, actually, I'm with you. I think the Patriots are going to surprise us as well. And I think the Patriots are going to make a legitimate run for that AFC East title. I don't think they'll get it, but I think they're going to scare the Dolphins and the Bills a lot as we are getting closer to the end of that season.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a whole lot of hoping the Patriots lose this one so that we can finally get them out of the way in that race.
I completely agree. Continue to text in for your chance at Bucks Bengals preseason tickets. Up next.